Everybody.
Good
evening.
I was waiting to purpose look who did Spain as it was, saying I wasn't coming. Just put in a sick note.
Do my slides again.
Oh, there we go. 2 years since I was last here. Who was here the last time I was here? Some of you weren't, obviously. Time goes ever so quick. This is us. It's a family. That's your wife Esther on the right. Amy, who's 12, who thinks she's 18. Sarah, who's 9, and obviously me, that was taken to Disney World in March this year. Chuck down the rain, all day, that day. We paid something like 400 quid to get in. And we spent the day in these wet things to keep it dry. And, but it wasn't like that when I got going. Obviously, we have a wicked lifestyle now because of Kleeneze. And never would I have imagined back in 1995 when I joined where Kleeneze would have taken us, if you like. This is where I was in 1995 when I got started. I joined a warm list. Now, if you've never heard that before, that's just joining through somebody else you already know. And I dread to think where I would be if Terry Ash hadn't made a list and put my name on it. And I could easily not joined because he rang me up a few times across the summer of 1995, said he'd come across something really good. And I remember saying to him, you didn't tell us what it is, I'm not interested. And he simply wouldn't tell us what it is. He says, I'm going to need to come and see it. And he brought a guy called Rob Foster with him in September 1995. And I joined a couple of days later. Now, Rob back then was making about £2,000 a month, and I remember thinking, 2,000 quid a month? God almighty, that's a lot of money. My sponsor, Terry, was making about 400 quid, which was making the catalogue, so he hadn't been doing that long. And he brought his bundle of pink slips along and showed us all the orders of all the people who ordered them. I mean, I could make an extra 50, 60 quid a week, even if I didn't want to build a team. So I can remember ringing my mum and dad and saying I need to borrow 45 quid to get going because I didn't have 45 quid spent. Unfortunately, the date that I bought a starter kit with 50 catalogues and got going soon at the back end of September 1995. And to be honest, for the first 4 months I never really achieved much. And if you were my sponsor, you probably would have lost your patience with me back then because I was picking it up, putting it down. I wasn't really doing it effectively, I wasn't putting in consistent orders. The only thing I was doing right was I was coming to the meetings that were running back then, up in the northeast of England. As you can tell from accent, I'm from that part of the world. Now we live in Barnsley in South Yorkshire, been there for 12 years in Barnsley. So obviously making that sort of money, which was like rubbish as a labourer, was about 130 quid a week back then. I was struggling. I was behind on my car, behind on my mortgage, behind on everything really. I just couldn't seem to make enough money to keep the head above water. And even when I joined Kleeneze, I wasn't making that much money to try and rectify it. But I didn't really understand the opportunity I joined. And some people don't do that, they just think it's a little catalogue thing and you can make a bit of money. There's one thing for sure, if I'd stayed in my job, I wouldn't have gotten any wage increase and I would have abundantly been made redundant because that company went into liquidation about 4 years after I left. So this is where I was living in a 2-bedroom flat and I was driving around in a scrapper car that would never start. So when I joined, I really was at rock bottom. It got to the point where I had to move back to my mum and dad's and sell that flat before I fell any more in arrears. And it was really hard back then. Since then I was working on the 50 catalogues, I wasn't earning much money, I got off to a really slow start. Now, if you just knew, and I would encourage, if you didn't use anybody, try and get them to make as much as they can the first month, because you only get one first month, didn't you? And And if you can make 2, 3, 4, 500 quid a person, then that is good to share with other people, friends, family, people that you know, because that's a lot of money. But if you make like I was, about 30 quid a month, wouldn't inspire anybody else to join, which it didn't, apart from 1 or 2 people out here, where a guy called Rob Higgins joined, that I work with, and my brother joined. So I was a slow starter with a retail, I was a slow starter with a recruitment. I remember coming to my first meeting in Durham, and Rob Foster was running that meeting, and we sat round the table. Wasn't like this, it was just, there was 12 sat round like a dining room table, and Rob talked about Kleeneze and how he'd grown his income to £2,000 a month, and there was people around the country starting to get their incomes up to like what back then was a lot of money, you know what I mean? And he said to everybody around the table, you're all going to make a lot of money if you just stick with it. And just build it, you know what I mean? And I remember sitting there thinking, he's always looking at it. You know what I mean? Because I hadn't achieved much in the time I'd been in, and I didn't really understand what I joined, really. Once I got my act together in January 1996, I started doing everything I was showing, really. Leaflets out, shop ads, cards, speaking to people, running adverts. There was no internet around there back then, so we had to do everything the book standard with. So I just started speaking to as many people as I could every single week. Now I work shifts, 7 to 3, 3 to 11, so I had to fit Kleeneze around them shifts. And I hated the job. I couldn't wait until I got out of the place. It was just associated with stinking thinking miserable people. You know what I mean? It was only ambition in life was to get Friday. So, but I just kept working it, kept working it. And when the income got up to about 600 or 700 quid, I really did think I'm going to give up my job because I hated it. But I didn't. I just kept on building it in my spare time. I kept recruiting people. As the team started to grow, I started to run my own meetings up in the northeast of England. Then it started to grow in Yorkshire, so I started to run a meeting in Rotherham and Sheffield. And I remember sometimes coming down from work to the meeting, running the meeting, not getting back home till like 1 or 2 in the morning. I'd have to be up at 5 to come back to work the next day. And I remember the guys at work thinking they're off your rocker. But I was the one who was right and they were off their rockers for just not listening to what I had to say. So I built me Kleeneze income up to over £2,000 a month. The checks back then were different. The retail profit showed differently, wasn't included. So that there, 1,893 quid was actually in the bank. And that's the letter I sent to my boss saying you can take your job and give it to somebody else. And other people have done what I did, that have built the Kleeneze income up to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 grand a month alongside a job. It can be done. It's not easy. It takes hard work and it takes commitment. But others have done like I did and just worked the way out of a job by building an income. By 5 years after joining the income, it grew to 5 grand a month. That's a check there for 5,621. And that, just saying it seems a little bit easy, but I can promise you it wasn't. In that first 5 years, I was one of the hardest working people in the company. It was head down, ass up, and just do. I was all over the country running meetings. I was recruiting people consistently. I was on my own back then, by the way, so I didn't have a partner to help us. Everything you had to do to grow a team that size, I was doing. So it was like balancing my time between recruiting, support, and running meetings and everything. But by then, I'd already put in place a Kleeneze business, which I knew was going to pay us for the rest of our lives. Because back then, in the year 2000, there was already people on board that were keen to build it forever. And I knew they wouldn't quit, and I wasn't going to quit, so the thing was only going to keep growing one way. And this is why keep recruiting, and keep teaching other people to recruit, because people will come into your team that will stay with you forever. And some of them will grow and introduce people and grow their business. Life changing money back then, you know what I mean? And one of our biggest team members, if you like, Peter Rea, hadn't even joined. Well, not sorry, he joined. That's in October. He joined in April of that year. So he was one of the first people I went to when he was not, you know what I mean? But you'll never run short of people. There's 14 million working age people out there. Just keep looking, keep recruiting, keep teaching other people how to recruit. This is what faces everybody, I think, in the Kleeneze journey. One of the hardest decisions you'll ever face in life is choosing whether to walk away or try harder. Everybody hits a point in the Kleeneze business where the creep of doubts come in, where you think it's just not going to work out for you, and you just think, well, let's do something else instead, or you just kind of seem to get the thing growing or building, you know what I mean? But the only reason it probably isn't growing or building is because maybe you're not plugging into enough of the support between the webinars and the trainings, or you're not generating enough inquiries to get enough interest in what you're offering, you know what I mean? So normally it's only one of two things that's stopping people moving up the bonus chart. And sometimes it can be up and down a bit. I remember in my first year, I was up, down, up, down, up, down. And I remember thinking, is anybody just going to stay? Is anybody going to stick? You know what I mean? But again, to keep recruiting people do. You're never standing still, that's for sure. You're either making progress or you're going backwards. You know what I mean? So keep your finger on the pulse. Keep doing everything that works. And you too can achieve whatever you're looking to achieve. A decade after joining, our income had grown to over 100 grand a year, which was 93 grand more than I got paid in job, which was a huge amount of money. That was a letter from the accountancy that year we earned 103 grand. And again, I could show you exactly the motions we went through to get to that, but I haven't got the time. But in that journey, in that first 10 years, we had shed loads of our team going across the stage, moving through the plan with us, and achieving huge incomes with us. You know what I mean? But I haven't got time to cover the day. And that's life-changing income. That's more in a month than I used to earn in a year. And here we are. That's 2006. 10 years later, we just earned another 10 grand in the bank. You know? So huge amount of money, life-changing money. And lots of other people have done the same around the country. There's no reason why anybody anywhere just trying to get the bit between the teeth to do what we did. My wife Esther built her Kleeneze business up to gold on foot in Birmingham. Then she resigned her business and joined my business because mine was a lot bigger. By the time Esther joined my Kleeneze business, it was turned over 150,000 a month. And then we got together, moved into the Midlands, then we moved to Yorkshire, and we've been in Yorkshire since. So we built a Kleeneze business together, if you like, since the year 2000. Got married in 2003, and now our team is one of the most successful in the company. And you'll see on the book sales going as to what we've just turned over £406,000 as a team, and we currently get we're getting 300 people a month joining minimum every single month. 300, 320, 350. So there's a lot. You see how the power of the numbers is to get more and more people on board. There's a lot of people recruiting people in our team. So it's only going to go one way, really. And that's without expanding internationally in any other country. Really, most of our businesses in this country. Since we joined, we've earned way over 1.2 million. I think Esther spent it all, because I would have had to work for 245 years or more in a job to get that sort of money. Now you can't do that, can you? So crazy incomes being paid by Kleeneze to people who are working at it and build big teams of people across the country. And now we do as we wish. I mean, that's interesting to see the girls take over about 5 rooms at the 6th. And we've been privileged to be all over the world with Kleeneze and ones we paid for. I haven't got time to show them today, but we've had a wicked. Our kids, only being 12 and 9, have been to Disney World in America 3 times. If you like, most people have never done the lifetime, you know. So we have like a great life because of Kleeneze. 21 years after joining, I never thought a million years Kleeneze would pay us what we are. So here's here things which you can either change or implement to move your Kleeneze business forward, really. I mean, a lot of people, when they join Kleeneze, completely lack belief in what they're doing, whether it'll ever work out and achieve big things or the thing, you know what I mean? But belief just comes with being embraced in the opportunity 100%. You cannot build a Kleeneze business and be a part-timer, really. You've got to be committed, focused on growing and building. First thing to do is let go of past failures. I think everybody who joins Kleeneze joined at the point of desperation in most cases. They've run out of all options, they've come to a crisis point with their finances. A lot of people have failed in one way or another. They might have lost their business, they might have lost their job, the relationship might have broke, 2 people have gone their separate ways, things like that. So people sometimes come into Kleeneze with like a background of failing with loads of different things, you know what I mean? And sometimes it holds people back because you're used to it. You're used to being in the environment where you never seem to excel, you just gone from one failure to another. But you've got to believe that you've got to wipe the slate clean and just plug yourself into the system in this. I mean, there's people achieving now gold, bronze, and beyond far faster than it was when we got gold. And if I could whisk everybody here back to 1995 and just did it for a month, you would say, take us back. Because it really was a nightmare compared to what it is today. There was need-free catalogs. The internet had just been born, so we couldn't be doing what we do with the internet. But we just did it anyway because that's the way it was. And now the opportunity is the best it's ever been. Being indecisive of what you want to achieve, you'll just become a wandering generality unless you've got a fixed goal or a fixed target. Now it could be something simple, moving from 15 to 18%, and then when you get there, moving from 18 to goal. It might be just doing more with your family. Whatever is driving you to build the thing, just make sure you're not coming into the period with a wishy-washy attitude, with no direction, no aim, no real desire to achieve something. And it doesn't have to be big incomes, it can be anything, whatever's important to you, you know what I mean? But what gets you out the door, what gets you busy doing stuff, is because you're aiming for something. It's so important to be aiming to achieve something. I showed this, I think, the last time I came. Why not just write yourself a list of 50 things you want to achieve between now and this time next year? And again, this doesn't have to be just about Kleeneze. It could be anything. It could be read a book a month, which would be better for anything. It could be do more for the kids. It could be replace the washer, change the carpet. It could be reach a certain income figure. If you fill this with 50 things you'd like to achieve in the next 12 months, big and small, and just have it where you see it every year to remind you why you're doing it. Tick them off as you get them, and you'll get such a sense of achievement. You really, really will. Because what tends to happen is people see people going on conferences and going across the stage and being recognised, and you and your little secret think, I didn't think I could achieve weekend away somewhere, or whatever it may be, 50 things you want to achieve in the next 12 months. If you look back 12 months from now and you've ticked off dozens and dozens of things on this list, you're all successful whether you think you're not. Because you've achieved what you set out to achieve, not what somebody else has set out to achieve. You know? So try and write yourself a goal list from materialistic things to non-materialistic things. Whatever's important to you, write it on here. Because there's nothing more rewarding than looking back on this list and seeing that you're ticking them off as you get them. You know what I mean? You'll get a big sense of achievement. Give up the need to be always right. As human beings, it's natural to always want to be right, to not be wrong. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can find yourself in a bit of an argument with somebody that you didn't even mean to be arguing with, you know what I mean? I'll show this because in the early days when Peter Rea, who turns up in our team about £100,000, in the early days of building his Kleeneze business, he had to be right. It doesn't matter what I said, he was right. You know what I mean? I remember saying it. There's a big difference between what you think is right and what the best thing to do is. You know what I mean? So sometimes there'll always be scenarios when you're building your Kleeneze business where you feel you need to be right. But just step back and think, whoa, is that the best thing to be doing? Because even after a while he was wrong and I was right. Take some time out. Stop the smell of roses, don't overlook what you value most. Sometimes we all guilty of this at some point, I think, in our Kleeneze business, where we're so busy, we forget about who we care about the most. You know what I mean? So at least take some time out from time to time with a little reward, either your kids or your partner, because it kind of just be work, and not see some benefit from that. You know what I mean? So just take some time out, dead important. Because I'll tell you why, I've seen some people drive themselves apart and split because of Kleeneze. Because one was working down hard and the other one was just watching the other person working down hard. You know what I mean? So dead important to take time out from time to time. Take more time on things, buddy. Make your goals bigger than your excuses. Again, it's easy when you're doing your Kleeneze business. Do I have to go that way? But there's some people who should have been here and not here because of that. Well, because I wasn't expecting. You've got to make your goals bigger than any reason not to do what you know you should be doing. Again, that comes back to that list, like I just showed you. Make sure you're aiming for something. It's so important. If there's one thing that will keep you in this business, is aiming for little goals, or bigger goals that you set yourself throughout the year. And don't let someone feel over their dreams for more days. We all know people that they'll just try and influence you one form or another, not to do them. Develop, so important. It's the one part of Kleeneze which people neglect, the personal development side, which just involves consistently reading, and that's a little bit easier now that the likes of Kindles and things like that, because you can sit and read on a part where you would have to go and buy the book down the road. Stuff easy now. So important to develop yourself personally. You'll be a better mom, dad, parent, auntie, uncle, whatever, by learning to develop yourself than not. You know what I mean? And reading doesn't come easy to some people. It didn't come easy to me. But the more I got into it, the more it became a habit. And like every month, I read something, whether it's related to Kleeneze or not related to Kleeneze. keep your mind active, keep developing yourself. If you want to grow a big team, that's dead important anyway. Because you need to develop the confidence, the skills, the mindset, the belief, and it'll all come from reading consistently. And usually you can tell when people stop reading because they start thinking, moaning and groaning. You've got to keep at it. Consistently read. This is important as well. What you don't say matters. It's probably well known as posture. If you're walking around or you're looking miserable all the time, there's not a hope people will join you. People join happy people and like being around happy people. People who look like they know what they're doing, like they're on a mission, they're going somewhere. So it's so important to try and be friendly, be approachable, be confident, smile. People will judge you within 2 minutes of meeting. So it's so important to keep your posture correct. And sometimes it's easy when you're around family members to just let it drop. You know, you just sink to their level if you like. But you've got to be confident, happy, and just look like you're enjoying what you're doing. Because sooner or later, their circumstances will have them coming back to you. Saying, you know, that Kleeneze Dream. Yeah, it's still work. Because you don't feel the circumstances change. So you can learn a lot about people just by how we start. This was something that was touched on by Claire Kinsella on a webinar recently, didn't she? She touched on this. And it's funny enough, when I was in Jamaica last year, Claire and a partner, I remember sitting with them and she was right down there. She was the lowest she's ever been at all the time in Kleeneze. She'd lost all her team and she was back down to pretty much herself in Jamaica with lots of other Kleeneze people. And you know, she could have gone the other way then, couldn't she? She could have sort of no, but she didn't. She just got busy again, got replaced the people she'd lost. She's just turned over £50,000. She's got momentum, she's rocking. And it's just by switching this amazing. You know what I mean? She just got her attitude right, her mentality right, got busy, plugged herself and everybody else into the system, and look what's happened. Within a year and a bit, she's up to £50,000. She touched this on the webinar. Don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. And this happens all the time with new people. New people can come into your team and they can look at you and think, oh, I can't be like you. I couldn't speak at a meeting, or I couldn't speak to people. I couldn't help and support people. I couldn't go up there and read £2,000 a month. It's because they're comparing themselves to you, if you like. So you've got to get good at taking the mental elevator with people. You know what I mean? Meet people who are confident and keen to grow thing, but also come down that elevator, if you like, and meet people who seem very quiet, very shy, need a little bit of a push to get going, and a little bit of courage, you know what I mean? But people do judge people. You compare yourself to other people, if you like, and you shouldn't do really, because you are where you are based on what you put in place so far. But you can change that, can't you? You can get busy. Let's hope that we see lots of people here coming across the stage in Birmingham, which would be fantastic. So anyway, I've got tons of the cover. I'm out of time, so thank you for listening.
Fancy an old thing, guys?
Yes. And yes, Gary, you were awesome.